Hello, everyone. This is Maria from mariascraftingcorner.com. Welcome to another card making video. I was going to say simple stamping Sunday, and I'm like, wait, no, today's Tuesday, so not that. If you are new here in the channel, welcome, and I hope you really like what we're making today, and you subscribe to the channel. And if you've been here before, thank you for being my crafting buddies. I really appreciate all of you that have been hanging out with me all this time. So I don't see anybody in the chat yet. Oh, hey, Carrie. Just as I'm saying, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Let me see. Let me organize my thoughts. So we are going to be making today a fun fold using the poetic expressions, not thoughtful expressions, sweet. Hey Tara, how are you? I made a I know that the bundle is called Thoughtful Expressions, and when I actually went to make the name for the video, I put Thoughtful Expression Suite instead of Poetic Expression Suite. So I'm really sorry about that. For whatever reason, I got them mixed and match. So yeah, there's that. But that is the suite that we're going to be using today. We're going to be making, and I showed to you the other day, a fun fold that looks something along the lines like this. Something like that. Hey Susie, hey Anita, how are you? So we'll get I'm talking to you like you're seeing what I'm showing. So I'll show you here in a minute. I'm sorry about that. Before I move any further, I want to remind you guys that this is the paper pumpkin kit that is coming to our February paper pumpkin kit, and you have until the 10th of February to subscribe to it. If you want more information on it, guys, always send me an email to Maria at mariascraftingcorner.com. Hello, Marie. Hello, Elizabeth. Hi, Judy. How are you? You did make it on time. So send me an email if you want some more information on that. If you are on Facebook, thank you, Judy, for commenting. I appreciate you commenting because thank you, because it makes me always nervous that I can't really check what's happening on Facebook. So I appreciate both of you, Elizabeth and Judy, commenting and letting me know that it's working. Hi, Ida. How are you? The second thing I want to say today is, let me see if we can make this work. Ta-da! So, I have finally, mostly, guys, it's really overwhelming sometimes for me because I have to like not only develop the idea but also figure out how it's going to work in the in my website and all those details, of those technical details. I have to figure out, which always means I have a hard time since I am not really a technical person, right? So it takes me some time to get stuff working. So best case scenario, it is working. Elizabeth and Anita, thank you. I don't even know how you guys actually found out about it. Like, I just published it because I was trying to to see if it was working, and you guys found out about it. I am super surprised. But the Maria's Coloring Corner, thank you, Susie. It's hi Tina, how are you? Thank you, Anita. Is active now, and this is how it's going to look like, guys. So let's see. I'm actually going to pop up my information here so I can give you exactly maybe what I have written down. The first thing is, yes, it is. Thank you, Carrie. It is a monthly subscription, and you will get in this subscription 2 videos. One of them, I have not decided that part yet. Hopefully, a live where we will be coloring a stamp, right? Or or a pre-recorded video, but I am live with you. So I am not sure how to do how which one would be more efficient. Maybe that's something that we'll iron together. Um, I will be using Google Meets. Oh, thank you, Susie. I will be using Google Meets for the video and the meeting, because my goal really is for us to be able to talk and to, like, so you bring and show me, I don't know. Hey, Maria, this is what I am doing. What do you think? Is what are you thinking? Or you can show me with your camera. This is whatever, right? So I really want a more personalized and more like hands-on kind of video. I don't know. Um, oh, thank you, Ida. Maybe I should look for that. I have Google, of course. I've used Google for like ever in a year, right? And then of course I have that for my YouTube and everything. So there's a lot of Google that I'm fairly cognizant about. So what is cool about Google Meets, and I have not found that in other places, but I've not seen book when. Thank you, Ida. Is that I can play a video and be live with you. So that's what I was like kind of trying to decide if that was a good idea. But again, that is the only piece I'm trying to totally define. Um, the whole idea is for you to watch me coloring partially so you can see how many mistakes I make, how many messes I make, and like that thought process of what is going to work with what, right? And we'll work about some techniques. I mean, there's a whole, that's why I couldn't make it like a workshop, right? I just did not think that a workshop allows the like growing together while we are coloring. It just allows you to hear me doing A, B, and C, and then that's it, right? I want something much more personal. And so that's one of my goals. Then we will have the other video slash meeting where we are going to sit down and chat, right? So, hey, this, I always like to call it, opportunities for growth, right? Or growing opportunities, opportunities for learning. That's when you have, yes, exactly. That's kind of, thank you, Susie. That's kind of my thought process. But that way you can say, we have a video where we are not coloring, but you're saying, hey, you know what? I really found this thing complicated, or this is being frustrating, or yay, I know how to do this and I feel very confident. Like we can celebrate each other. There will be a Facebook group because I really think that that allows more of the everyday interaction, and feedback. Hey, here's a picture of what I'm doing. What do you think, right? Or what do you guys think? The most important thing I want to remind you guys all is that hmm, I am not an artist, and I am not a teacher, and I don't have any degrees in coloring or anything. So. I just want to say that as a disclaimer, because the truth is, if you Google, Google, or in YouTube or whatever, you will find 100, 1,000, I don't even know how many, much more proficient colorers, right, or artists out there. The only difference is that there are few less that are Stampin' Up specific. Most of the other artists do use Copics or use some of the other some of the other alcohol blenders in, they in the market. There's a lot of them, so that's going to be like the only difference. But again, I this is more like a place where we are learning together and growing together, and that's how I feel about that. We will not only be doing alcohol blenders. We will be doing coloring with inks, coloring, like there's a few other things that we're going to practice together. um and using your watercolor pencils and such. So I'm not going to like focus only on one thing. I think that we'll need to do the whole thing. Phew, that was a lot of talking. All the information is on my website. I should have like have a link here, but I don't have a link. But it is like if you go to my website, there on the top on the menu, it's something that says Kids and More, and if you hover your little, oh my god, pointy thingy, your mouse over it, you'll see something that says Maria's Coloring Corner. So that will be the cost is $6 per month. I'm really bad at, my husband was like, you should do more because you're gonna have like this and that and that, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm not really good at this. So hello Cherry, how are you? But I hope that is a good price point. You will get printable stuff. We will have like, again, um a more live communication, and then you'll also be able to reach me through the messenger at any point in time. So and I will answer, you guys know me, fairly immediate, unless I'm in a conference call or whatever, then I can just text you back and say, hey, I'll get back to you here in a minute. So we will have a whole lot more of interaction, I hope. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Hopefully this works. The important thing is once you subscribe, so you go like once you hit the like subscribe button, it does take you to another page where it has like some information that you have to fill out, and then down below is the payment option, and I have PayPal and it has other credit cards and whatever, but so you know, guys. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. You can send me via email your thoughts, and I will check that stuff, that book 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 one that I mentioned. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Okay, let's go to the crafting table, guys. I promise to speed up a little bit. So we are going to be using, like I mentioned today, the Thoughtful Expressions bundle and the whole suite, the Poetic Expressions suite. I have the paper, I have everything already cut out. There are a few pieces to it, nothing like extremely complicated. The card is very simple. The card looks like this. So I know this does not give you a whole really good idea of how beautiful it ends up looking, but it does end up looking really, really cute once we're done with it. Same as always, PDF tutorial and measurements and everything. Ha! Yes! Can I show you like real quick what I did? Look at that. Isn't that super cute? Anyways, thank you, Judy. Yes, thank you, Susie. Yes, I agree. Susie say so. Judy said degrees is useless in trivia, and then Susie says that we all wanted us to learn pointers, and I think that that is very important. I agree with you, Susie. So that's how the card is going to look like. I want to say, I was saying, sorry, that the PDF tutorial will be there probably by midday tomorrow. And today is the 23rd, so I'm saying January 24th, 2024, not 14, is when it's going to be out there, because I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the whole technical thing for my website yesterday. And so that meant no time trying to figure out in writing and typing the tutorial. So that happens, but you'll have that accessible. And if you're interested, I will repeat the measurements today. The first thing we're going to need is we're going to need two pieces of, this is Moody Mauve, and this piece is 6¼ by 5½, and this is our regular 8½ by 5½. Okay, so we're going to start working with this one. Oh, I forgot to bring my my trimmer. I guess I don't know where I'm like cutting today. So Judy's saying that they have ruby-throated hummingbirds here. Yeah. So Judy, we do too here, and I absolutely love it. To be honestly, I just created some hummingbirds that will match my my papers because I'm a little bit OCD like that. But yeah, I was playing with them, and oh my god, I was having a lot of fun with that. I'll give you some information later. So again, this is our 6¼ by 5½ piece, and we're going to align that 6¼ towards the top of the trimmer, and we're going to do a very simple scoring. Let me remove that one. We're going to score at 1, and boom, we're going to score at 2. And this, guys, is our card base. So this ends up measuring 4¼ by 5½. Okay, I'm going to leave that for 1 second. I'm going to bring our regular piece. I'm going to align these at the, at the 8½ piece towards the edge of the trimmer or the top of the trimmer. We're going to score at 4¼ just like we would do regularly. And then we are going to cut this in triangle, make a triangle. So all we're going to do is align our, you're not seeing, let me see, oops, let me move this a tiny bit up. There we go. So this is the top, the bottom corner, and I have here my top, the top, and that score line. So you guys see, right? And I am aligning that as best as I can, given the fact that I can't put my big head on top. But I'm coming from this edge. Why am I coming from this edge and not this corner? Because if I try to go from the corner, what's going to happen is it's going to smoosh that corner, right? So I'm looking to this straight edge because it's much easier for my blade to run through, making sure I'm actually aligned. And you guys know what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to fold this. I'm going to bring my bone folder and give it a good crease so I can see my my score line there, and I can see better. So let's see again. Align the top of that score line with the corner in the bottom corner, and that looks pretty accurate. I'm gonna cut. Okay. Oh, okay, Tara. I hope it's all good. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same with the other side. So align that top of the score line with the other corner. And I'm moving this a little bit towards me so I'm actually able to see what I'm doing, guys. And it looks like that's fairly aligned. Okay, so this is what you end up with. Oh, we do. You are right, Judy. We have Judy on Facebook is saying that there may be a lot of colorful hummingbirds in Costa Rica, and we do have some beautiful hummingbirds. Okay, so this is our front. Let me remove this for a second, and this is our card base. Now we're going to score mountain and bring in that bone folder. And then we're going to score valley. So this is a very, what would be just a regular Z fold, right? A tiny Z fold, but a Z fold. And this is how it's going to go. So I want to mention two things. This one ends up being, of course, this is 4¼ right? And it was 5½. So what I did to cut my pieces, and I am going to bring some white paper in here. I'm going to move that, and I'm going to bring my piece, and I'm going to cut it that way. I'm going to cut it here. So I am aligning these at 4 1/8, and I'm going to cut. Okay. And then I'm going to align these at 5 3/8 and cut. Of course, with white, it's very simple. I'm going to put this out of the way because, or with solid colors is simple because there's no concern. So two things. I cut these diagonal, so aligning those two corners. It would be the opposite corners, I think is how you say it. And then cut it diagonally, right? If your paper has a pattern, do be mindful. And I know I say this every single time that I make cards with triangles, but I say it because I get in trouble all the time. Like I forget it myself, right? Every single time. Guys, it's pretty ridiculous, by the way. So if you need to cut, like always make sure that you're paying attention when it's going. So let me bring one of the pieces. So for example, if I need to make sure that I'm cutting these not only in this direction, right? If that's the direction of the paper, which this one, I think I cut it wrong. I don't know. Well, it doesn't have a direction, it looks like. But also that this diagonal, that this triangle is actually going to cover the piece I need. Like in this case, if I need this one, or if I need this one, like, so if this one is looking this way, if I'm going to be cutting a piece that needs to look the other way, then make sure that you pay attention to that, because every single time, guys, it's pretty ridiculous. I make the mistake even like several times within the same card, and I'm like, where is my brain? So pay attention to that. Let me bring my layers and I will tell you what layers we need. So we're going to need one full piece for these. Oh my gosh, one thing I forgot. Sorry, guys. My brain. I did not create this. I always give credit to the person that does. I don't like to not give credit to those who created it or who I saw it from. I am pretty sure this is not a brand new fold. There's probably plenty of them in the internet. I saw the card from that I fell in love with, actually, from a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Australia, and her blog is called Stamping with Simone. You have to buy. I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say, she sells the tutorials. So if you want to check out her tutorial, you can totally go and do that. I just figured it out, right? Hi, Kathy. How are you? I have to be fully honest with you guys. As long as I have enough pictures of the up and the down and, like kind of some pieces, like the basics, I can pretty much figure out how a card is laid out and what I need to do. So I don't know if these are exactly the measurements she used. This is what I came up with because, again, I fell in love with her card. So I just want to give her again credit. And again, it's Stamping with Simone. That's her blog. Okay. So going back to here, sorry, we're going to need a layer of white that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and a layer of DSP that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I am using almost all my layers white, which makes it very simple or simplifies the cutting process. I am layering this piece, and this one is 1, and this one will be 7/8 by 5 3/8, and the layer will be 3/4 by 5 1/4. And again, guys, all those measurements would be in the PDF tutorial tomorrow, and you will have to multiply that by 2 because you have two different ones. I created following her card, a extra triangle here that we are going to, I have already cut, but it follows the same directions, right? So I grab a piece of designer's use paper or of white that measures 4 in an eighth by 5 and 3/8, so an eighth smaller, and then I cut it diagonally and I measure it against this, right? Like I want to do to make sure that everything is going to fit. And actually, let me bring my layer here, which I already have. This first piece is 5.5 by 8 by 4 and a quarter. Sorry, so it's the full piece because I want it to go all the way to the edge and all the way to the edge on here, also on the top and on the bottom. But the rest of the layers, yes, I cut a little smaller and a little smaller. Okay, there are a few extra papers I'm using, and one of them, this one is from the celebration paper, and I keep forgetting its name because I am not totally familiar with the celebration papers names. I'll tell you here in a second, but it is called, maybe it is called softly stippled. That's the one that matches the roses, right? But I love these. First of all, it has the same color, so that wild wheat, and it's like texture, and I really like that one. And the other thing I like about this is that it's also a little softer. Oh, don't tell me I put away my wild wheat. So I was thinking of just using wild wheat also a little bit more, but it's much darker. Like it was impressively darker. I think I have a little piece in here. So let me put this. You see what I'm saying? Like I know this is wild wheat, but the cardstock itself it's obviously much darker, and so I really like that this is a little toned down because it makes the cards softer. So, and then these will talk when we put layers here. So let's start putting our layers so you guys kind of see what I'm doing. So let me first say that this is my favorite paper of this packet. I absolutely love how soft this paper is. I would make cards and cards and cards out of this paper over and over and over again. It's just very soft. I think it reminds me of the wallpaper in my room when I was little. I don't think it had wild wheat probably, but it had some tone of rose, of pink, or maybe a soft, maybe more like blush and bright kind of pink. I don't know, but and probably regular green. So these are our two first layers, and we're going to go ahead and add these layers now. Now, let me see. Oh, I love this paper, guys. I have 3 other cards to show you. Some of them are a little bit more elaborated than the others, but I did have a lot of fun because these fold has the ability for you to use kind of, again, I love when you find folds that you're able to use some of those scraps that you've been wanting to use. This is one of those, and I absolutely love that. So I'm going to adhere this to our Moody Mauve. Oh, and another thing I have to say, guys, by the way, I found out that I like bubble bath, but sometimes it's too strong for me. So, for example, these bubble bath, I totally can deal with it, but the other one, oh, and I don't have it here. There's one piece in that paper in DSP that is like, holy guacamole, that's a strong bubble bath. So I think I like a little bit more muted cards than more colorful sometimes. And for this card, that's why I chose the Moody Mauve instead of bubble bath as the card base. So let's go ahead and add this piece to our corner here, to our not corner, although it's going to be in the corner, but that's not what I meant, to our layer, our white layer. And then we're going to add this to our Moody Mauve layer. And of course that needed to like get grumpy, because it wouldn't be a Maria's life if the glue didn't get grumpy, right? That would not work. I have a couple of long needles or pins that I don't even remember where I got them from, but these are my absolute saviors. So when these things happen, these are what saves me. Um, so let's go ahead and adhere this. Okay, now let me talk about this for a second. I did cut the white layer a little smaller in this specific piece because I wanted a little more of that moody mauve showing. But in general, you just can go with whatever works, right? You guys know I am not very picky when it comes to triangles because we struggle. Triangles and I are just different, definitely not good friends. I don't know what's going on with this thingy today. And we struggle a lot, and I just try not to even give myself a lot of grief about them. So it's like not going all the way. Let me see if I can bring the other one I have. That it's a little bit straighter. That is like already crooked and it's not going all the way through. Sorry guys. I always remember that I should check my glue when I'm in the middle of the live, which is always not cool. See, now it's going through. Now it went through all the way. Okay, let me put these two safe because I don't know where I got them from, so I don't want to risk losing them. So, oh, see, that's why it needed to happen. Here's two things. You can totally make these and glue it together. You can make it a pocket. And I am going to leave the pocket idea, which by the way is what she had, I think, in her blog too. It's the pocket idea. And I love pockets. I think they're very useful. Any card that has a pocket is super useful. So same as always, guys, don't push this piece all the way to the score line because then it won't close, right? Makes it a little harder to close. Make sure it's aligned and then we move on. Let's bring the two other pieces I have here. So I have these two pieces, again, just an eighth smaller, and this is giving me a hard time, so let's see if I can use this one instead. Hopefully this one is not as rebellious as that one. And these are all 1/8 smaller, and then that happens, right? First of all, you don't have enough, and then you have far too much. And let me adhere these together, and I'm bringing these up to me so I can see a little better. And since it's glue, and I have the ability to kind of move that and that wiggle room, right, that we love about glue. And here is that other base, DSP, and these, I was going to say paper, and then I was talking in Spanish, thinking in Spanish. That's funny. This DSP belongs to the Lighter Than Air suite. So it's one of my favorite, guys. I really like it. I love how, I don't know, soft this bubble bath looks like compared. I will look for that one here in a minute. And that, of course, had to happen. So let me hold on to that and remove that glue from there. And I did make sure that I had like the arrows, it's not arrows, but the pointies are looking, no, okay, what I'm trying to say is I made sure that I cut in between here so I have the whole image instead of just cutting like, in the middle, because I just like it full like that. And I'm going to put this one in this side, and then this other one is going to be on the front. We will barely see that one because we're going to have the triangle attached to it. But I debated at the beginning when I was doing this, if I wanted to just cut it. I don't know. Let's say, let me put this in here. Like cut it there and just cut it in here and then leave it there. I just didn't like it. I felt so, and I may be mistaken. And if you've done something like this in the past, please let me know. But I just felt that if we have, you know, a piece of paper all the way to here and then we don't have anything there, it was going to create some sort of like bump. I don't know. Maybe I was being too crazy, but I just felt that it was not going to look okay. So this is the first part that we have, and now we're going to decorate this one. So, like I was saying, most of everything has white. I think all of it's white. Some of the others do not have white all the way through, so white layers. This is going to be the front of our card. This piece, just as this piece of DSP, just as the little flowers there, it's probably one of my favorites. Actually, I have to say, like this paper is very soft in general, and I like papers like that. Except that bubble bath has more or less this design, but it's just bubble bath and white. And guys, I don't know why, but it just, we're not good friends. I did not like it. It's far too, far too like fluorescent, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna open these, align this in here, and glue. And here goes. So it goes to tell you, right? I made it a little smaller because it was not getting straight for whatever reason. I struggle with this, so just always have that in mind. No, I was right. And so here is the next piece, and this is the inside. So this piece will have three extra pieces, or three sides is what I'm trying to say. So the front, and then this in here. So I am going to adhere this one, and I really like this one. Kind of what I was saying, super soft. And look how beautiful this other side is with the boho blue. I have to tell you guys, boho blue is one of those like antique colors. I don't know. It's just one of those colors that it's not blue, but it just really, I really like it. From the ink colors, it's really close to my heart. Moody Mauve is very close to my heart too, but I would like it a little. And probably there was another color like that years ago, right? But a little lighter. That's what I would like about the Moody Mauve. If it would be a little lighter, it would totally steal my card. And then this is the only piece that will not have a layer in white, and that is because then we are creating an area here to write anything. You can't put here the card, you can't put here other stuff. I had one of them where I used tags. I mean, you can't put many things in here, right? But the advantage will always be that this piece has we will have here an area where we can write. So that means that we're going to bring our we're going to stamp in here, and I'm going to use this one that says enjoy your day, and it's right here. Okay, and I like enjoy your day because it's not necessarily only for your birthday, right? It can be for many things. So definitely I really like it, and because there's so much pink and Moody Mauve in this area, I'm going to bring I'm going to bring the wild wheat, and I'm going to stamp this in here. And I've not used this stamp, so I'm trying it there. I can tell that I used this I got really excited there, so I'm cleaning it a tiny bit because I got ink all over this area. And so what that's going to be is I'm going to make a mess, right? So that's why it's always a good idea to stamp over here. So let me see. I'm going to move that out of the way, aligning my triangle here, and then making sure that I don't put my big head on top of you. Hopefully this is straight, not too much on my head anyways. And ta-da! It's straight enough, guys. That makes me always very, very happy. Happy. Okay, so I am going to glue now these to its layer. Oops, closing. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention about the coloring club, guys, is that all the videos will be recorded no matter what. So if you join the club later, you will be able to get access to those other videos. You'll have to do like a Netflix binging kind of setting, but yeah, that way you have access to all that information um, that will be part of the group, right? Oh my God, look at that, guys, for real. I swear to God, me and glue, this love-hate relationship we have is not very ideal. Okay, so very simple. I'm attaching this again, aligning, centering as best as I can, and ta-da! And now the last piece is adding this to here. So I'm gonna calculate a third of an inch, 3/8 of an inch in here, and I'm paying attention to see if the broadcast is still going okay. Yes, it seems like it's going okay. So I'm just eyeballing this, right? But I'm like, okay, that's more or less not 3/8, 3/4 of an inch, right? So I'm going all the way to the top, and then I can make a little bit extra gluing here. I could also totally be using turn tape if you wanted. And now I'm going to extend this because that's the easiest. And let me go ahead and attach this. So align in the corner, make sure straight, and there you go. That's it. Making sure there's no glue in there. There's no glue in there. And that's your card. But look how beautiful it looks when you open. It's like a little book. And I like it. So let me bring one of those cards I have in here. That one is too colorful. Let's bring this one that is less colorful. And it kind of matches. Whoops. So you can put the card here and then you have this like that. And it's just really, really cute. I like in the others, I did not use any ribbon or belly band to attach this. But so I thought that we can totally bring back these pieces and create like something here to hold it in place if we want it. And I have it here for that reason. So we can totally just tie a knot here later on. So what I have to keep in mind, guys, is when I decorate this. Oh, I am so glad you like it, Judy. To put some of the dimensionals in a piece, in the lower piece, so I can keep this in there. Okay, so I'm going to move this, open this up, and we're going to let's start decorating the front. Okay, let me bring all my little pieces because I'm very proud of them. Ta-da! You guys know I always have a lot of fun with this. I cut several pieces of the dies that come here. Oh, I'm glad you like it. So I have these one, which is probably one of my favorite nested dies, right? A few of these just as decorations. And of course I use the dies to cut some of the flowers. I did spend some time coloring this. I have to tell you guys, I have 3 hummingbirds, which I don't think I'm going to use, by the way. Exactly. Yes, totally in agreement. So I really spent some time. I have so many of them that I was trying to figure out how I wanted them. Um, and I just threw them away, right? Like I had quite a struggle today because I kept trying to use the bubble bath. So this was my mistake. And it was not paying attention really to what I was coloring, how I was coloring and what I wanted, right? So I'm like, I need to have my bubble bath in here because I really want, those areas to create that lighter layer and lighter layer, right? And I was like, oh my God, it's not working. And I'm gonna show you. I have one. So let me bring this one up here. So you guys can tell that the bubble bath is definitely much, much lighter than the Moody Mauve, right? And I don't know what in my brain thought that it was going to work perfectly okay. So it didn't. This one, I ended up like, it had like Moody Mauve and bubble bath. You can probably see it a little bit. Okay, perfect. But I, in the end, thought it was way too light. So I ended up just covering with the lightest of the Moody Mauve. And like I mentioned, you have to get to know your colors, right? Your blenders. Okay, thank you, Susie. And uh, thank you, Miss Judy. Thank you, Tara. Okay, so I am going to bring here because I really like this. First of all, I like the font in it, and I love hellos and hello there, and I love to have like and sentiment in the back, in the front, and a sentiment inside, right? Like that makes it's like a conversation kind of setting. I don't know if that's true, but it does make sense to me. And I'm going to bring that hello there that I really, really like. I'm going to add this. Let me remove this one from here. And there's my hello there. And because it's a lot of, let me move here. So because we have this and that one, I think I'm going to do this in Moody Mauve. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring our Moody Mauve, which is here. I'm trying to see where I put my wild wheat, but I put it away. And so here's part of what we need to look into. So the middle, so this one, oh yes, Judy, you're right. So let me bring this. I want these friend in here. So let's kind of align this, give or take, right? So let me remove that. I want him in here, kind of floating off, right? And then I'm going to bring one of those flowers up in here, kind of like that. So let me bring, so these needs to go like right there. So it doesn't get messy, right? So I'm going to remove everything and kind of keep there, make a mental note, and hopefully I don't mess this up. I'm going to move that out of the way, bring my hello there. I always try, guys. And I think that is probably a good spot. Okay, guys, I'm moving this a little bit towards me more. Sorry. But I always fear that it's not going to be straight. So, and there it is. Look at that. So, removing this out of the way because I'm out of the way. Okay, so let's add. So we're going to add. I'm thinking this for a second though. So I have these and I cut it already, but it's fine. But I also have that cheer ribbon, and I am just wondering if this cheer ribbon will be more delicate. And since it goes against the bubble bath in here, you see what I'm saying? Whoops, that was a crazy move there. Like, I don't know what you guys prefer. So do we do the twine, the Moody Mauve, or do we do the bubble bath, guys? I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to decide. And I don't know why I'm putting this far away. In the meantime, let's align these. So here's my thought. If we do the Moody Mauve, I want it in here. Like, so you kind of see it a little bit more, right? And then, so that means the ribbon. Okay, Judy says ribbon, and then that means that the dimensionals will go in here. If we do the, well, maybe they both can go on top because this will look nice against it. Okay, let me remove that. Right? Yeah, ribbon, ribbon. Okay, ribbon it is. Sorry, guys. Removing everything out of the way here. I'm bringing these pieces that I kind of like, sort of, mostly, maybe, calculated. You guys know I always cut a lot. And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with that because the many times I did not cut enough are far too many. So I'm like, I might as well cut a little extra. It's not ideal. I think I want it on top too. So what I'm going to do, guys, is since this is thinner, I really don't need dimensionals in here. I'm just going to bring, if I find it, my tear and tape and run it through the middle. Yes, I agree with what Tara is saying. It says that the Moody Mauve kind of matches better in that it doesn't take away from the card. So, and here comes the important piece, which is, let's measure this, right? So I just need to make sure that there's going to be enough and enough. So there's like the middle. Okay, so I'm got my finger, I grab it here, and now, and now I'm gonna adhere it here in the middle where I put that tear and tape. Okay, and we can bring our hello there. Of course I have to make a mistake, guys. Can it be diagonal? Oh, Maria, I'm so funny sometimes. I don't feel funny, but so let's bring this back in here. So this needs to go this way. And so, of course, now I have to remove this very carefully. That's going to stay, but I have to remove this carefully because I don't want it to show, of course. So let's bring this. It needs to be about, I think it's about 1/4 of an inch. Yes, Kathy, it's always better because what happens is that, are you working with me today? There you go. What happens is that if you cut it too short, then you may not be able to use it later, and that is always so frustrating, right? Okay, this is the straight piece, right? So I have to remember that it's got to be straight, Maria. Sorry, guys. It happens. And I'm going to go back and measure this. I don't have a problem with measuring things over and over to make sure that they're going to be more or less, you know, the best possible. And again, I measure, I bring this. Tara, thank you. Thank you for your support, Tara. Oh, Jesus. Yep, diagonal would have been interesting. Okay, so I did not remove my stuff, so we can just put it there in the middle, mostly there. Okay. Yeah. And now we're going to bring this in here. And I would, but this is why I didn't, Ida, because I don't know, of course you do know this, that when you have like the die, it does not die cut as beautifully in the back as it does in the front. So since I could fix it, we could fix it. So that was good, a good save. Okay. So now I'm going to adhere this to my thing here, right? And I'm just going to make sure, mental note, that that is diagonal. So I'm going to turn this over. And I always keep my finger here, guys, because I have learned, yes, the sad hard way that I'm just trying to figure out my thingy here, that I tend to mix and match sides for whatever reason, and so I don't want that to happen. So this is going to go there in the middle, right? There's a little bit of glue on this side, so I'm just going to remove that with my hand. And that means there's not a whole lot of glue on this side, so I'm just going to bring it over, guys. I don't mind adding a little bit of glue as it's done. So, whoops. So I make sure it's going to stay where it needs to stay. Okay, all my pieces are driving me insane here today. So now let's bring, we have a decision to make. Okay, I think I want this one. And this one, this gorgeous friend is going to go in here like that. And then we're going to bring one of those flowers in here like so. Right? Yes, you won. Because I had cut a few of these that I don't really know how they work, guys. Yeah, I have to admit that I did not get this a lot. Like, I don't understand it very well. But I like the thingies out. So I'm going to bring out some of those. And I have a few leaves in here that I want to use because it brings extra to the whole, like idea. I don't know, to the whole design. I have one of those small ones. They have two of them, three. I mean, they have one that is a single one. And I am thinking, not that one. I think I want this bubble bath one. Maybe on top of here, just like so. So within our boundary, but it can be out this way. It doesn't matter, right? So it can be all the way there, maybe like that. And so we can create a whole lot more. We can fill this up a whole lot more. You mean this one, Tara? I mean, Tara, Judy? Let's see. So Judy likes the wild wheat mainly. So this one has a little bit of mossy meadow. They all have a little bit of mossy meadow. This is the most realistic one because I just thought it helped a little bit with the moody mauve. So this is the first idea, right? So I have, of course, that means I have some extra mossy meadow pieces as well to play with, and some of extra of those, like the die set brings these regular flowers, and it also, I mean, leaves, and it also bring little tiny flowers. So let's go ahead and build this up. Hopefully my thingy here is working. Oh, now it's working. Look at that, guys. So I'm going to put some on the top, really, which is what's going to be visible, right? I'm going to bring it right here, more or less where I had it. It's not perfect, of course. And I'm going to bring that one. And again, put some extra in the top because that's exactly where it's going to go. And I'm going to move that one like there. And then we have these gorgeous, gorgeous flower. I'm going to move that a tiny bit a little higher up. I really, really like the flowers. So I really, really like the stamp. But when you're coloring, guys, it gets confusing as to which the, not so much on this one, but on this one, which the petals are and which ones are not the petals. Like they all look different. That's all I'm going to say about it. They all look different. It was so funny how much different they look because I just couldn't make it up, guys. So if you're going to color this one, you'll need to like really pay attention to what those lines come from. Like they're really weird to me. I don't know. And I understand like the fluffer I think that's what it wants to, like the idea, but it just did not work very well when I was coloring for me. So I'm going to bring this one in here. This one I put a little bit higher than I expected, this one. So we can totally bring some of these on the side in here. Maybe there. Let me see. Where do I want this? Actually, I want the mossy meadow. Oh, yes, totally right. So I'm going to bring this. Oops, there was one that was already, I did not realize it was already glued. I mean, I had taken a back one. So I'm going to bring this that is green towards here because I really like that mossy meadow with moody mauve color combination. And I am actually, let me remove. I have one of these that are there and I'm just going to put it in there. What do you guys think? Now that I see it, I don't like it. So just kidding. Okay, so I'm going to bring this one back up. And we're going to put it like right there. And this one will do. So it does like there. Okay. And I did put a lot, a lot of dimensionals, but that's not news, right? I always do. So let's see. Oh, no, I had it this way. Oh, I think I want it this way better. Like that. What do you guys think? So this looks very, very beautiful. You can totally bring some extra leaves. I have some extra, I cut a few of them, some extra colors that we can put around, right? If we wanted to really play with this a tiny bit more, or maybe coming up from here. I may leave that one there. I like that one. So let's put some glue and get that one there. So that one towards the corner, and then we'll bring our beautiful hummingbird that's going to be there. Just checking that's going to, it's not off that limit. I do not want these on dimensionals only because this is already less strong, not strong. Well, you guys know what I'm trying to say. It's not like a solid piece of cardstock, right? And so my fear is that if it's or a big solid piece of cardstock, that if it's in dimensionals, it's going to create some issues. So I'd rather just glue it. Okay, so that is the front. And then we're going to open. And I have kind of the same idea for here, right? So I went one of my hummingbirds a little bit lower, kind of standing. You know how they fluffer a lot anyways. And I do like this one. So I'm going to bring this one here. Okay, let me see. There it goes. You can see better that way. Like that. So I may be moving this a little bit higher up there. And then the hummingbird right there. Okay. And I am not putting any dimensionals on this piece because they're inside and the card is already thick, of course. Has a few of those layers that Maria likes so much. So I'm going to bring this one here a little bit lower because I don't want it to be out of my card base there. Okay. And so I'm leaving the leaves without glue just because I don't want any accidents. Okay. And now making sure that glues is not gluey. There it goes. And that way it also leaves like that idea that this is movable, I guess. So there we go. Now, the only piece that I don't know how to fix was this. I tried to create, how you call this, the back, a mirror image. So I could like at least put this, something in here, but I couldn't. I've never done it. And I today I was trying to figure that out, and I'm like, Maria, it's not gonna happen today. Like, don't even, right? So you know what I didn't do, guys? I didn't put my friend in here, and I really want her there. Thank you, Judy. I'm so glad you like it. Okay, so I don't know how to cover this. If somebody gives me an idea, like I can probably put something like that and kind of disguise it, but I don't know. Like I don't mind the cardstock. I really don't mind the cardstock. That just matches the whole thing, right? Now I have a lot of stuff here still to play with. My thought was I wanted one flower like in here, right, with my sentiment. Oh, oh, I didn't think of it. You're right. Thank you, Cliffy. Um, that's so funny. So I'm gonna bring that one there. And then we can leave these completely without anything. I have still another hummingbird. I don't want another hummingbird, to be fully honest. It's going to stick like that. I'm going to bring one of these because I have like in several colors, but I think I'm going to bring three of them just around to play with this in here. And it's almost like using, not using, it's almost like thinking of gems, but they are like flat, so they would not like interfere, I guess. Now bring in this one here. Um, yeah, lower. I want this area, all in all, to be able to write. Thank you, June. Oh, I appreciate. I'm so glad you like it, June. Thank you. June is in Facebook, and she said that she had passed the hummingbird, and that now she may have to get it. Yes, so maybe using, you're right, Tara. I did think about that in my thought process. Let me remove it, all my messing here. Is maybe coloring with watercolors, right? Because if you use alcohol, it will pop up on this side. Um, but I did not color it. I was not totally sure. So I don't know why I got crushed curry. If I were, let me. So I have rich raspberry. Let me. So rich raspberry was one. Thank you, June. I agree with you. Was one of the colors that retired recently. So I'm just going to go very softly. And I know it's a purple, right? But it's, let me bring a piece of white cardstock. Here it goes. So it's not moody mauve, but it's somewhere, right? See? Like it's close. I could use a blend, some color. Yes. But I'm gonna bring my, not like that, my color pencil real quick in here, and we're just going to go over it softly, um, and see how this works. What I need to learn is to mirror images. That's what I need to learn to do. But again, I was trying to do it today and I couldn't. I watched a couple of videos. Like it was just not working very well, guys. So that kind of happened. I just kind of had a fun realization that I've never done it. Um, oh, yeah, you're. So Cliff is saying could cut another hummingbird out of the high. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm gonna do this for now, and then I think I'm going to like double check what I want to do. Um, but in the meantime, that gives some beautiful coloring. And of course, if I bring a little bit of water here, I can totally create something here that it's much more artistic. So that's something that I could use the back. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it here so I don't have to go. Oh, do I? Uh-oh. June, thank you for letting me know. I can see that it's struggling now. Thankfully, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. So the last thing this thing needs is some gems. And let me know if I'm freezing too much, guys, please. And I have not used all my opaque faceted gems from the mini catalog, but I really like this. And this one has those moody mauve, and these are so soft, guys, that I need to use this. That's so funny. Hi, Tatiana. So I think I'm gonna use these because I really like it. I know they're retired, but I think they just match the. If I could find my, here it is, the card, like it's soft, right? So I'm actually gonna bring one if I could. Man, Maria, all the time. One there in the middle because that like was bugging me, and I'm gonna bring another one like around. Nope, not there. Like around there. And maybe one towards here. Yeah. Actually, I decided not that one there. I could barely see it. So I'm going to bring this one there. Okay. So that's the card, guys. We made it. We made it. Let me know if it's freezing. It was, yes, Judy, June. That's a really good idea. I was thinking about it. But now I can't find it. Where are they? But I just don't want to make this too long. But we can totally use the color blender here real softly, and that will help to kind of create that feel of this was really meant to be. Like I really planned this through, right? Which we all know we did. I didn't. Nobody needs to know. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that idea, June. Please let me know if it's freezing too much. Look how beautiful that looks. It almost looks like fresh freesia, right? Isn't that funny? Okay, so there we go. This is the card. So we're going to tie it up. So it looks all finished. And you guys know I can't do bows. So that's no news. But good enough for the card. Good enough for the picture. And ta-da! Oh my god, I really like it. I have to say, guys, sometimes I really like to do things. And coloring these hummingbirds were just like amazing. I really enjoyed coloring them. So let's go ahead and let me show you the rest of the cards. So the first card I made was, a Christmas card, guys. I hope that's fine. Using all retired stuff. But you guys, I told you, a card a week. By the end of the year, I have 40 something cards, right? So this one is using the merriest moments and that beautiful DSP that ran out. We ran out of it pretty quickly. Oh, thank you, Tatiana and Rose. Because the markers can be, so Rose is asking why not using the markers, and so the main reason is that the markers may be too strong. Even the water markers, I don't trust it. So that's why, Rose, I wanted to choose something very soft that will not kind of matte, kind of like overtone my bird. So this is using probably Merriest Moments is one of my favorite oops, sorry guys, one of my favorite stamp sets. So here it goes, right? And then it opens like that, and I did create a couple of these because I love them. And here's some extra dots. So super cute card. Just giving you extra ideas of what you can put in there. Um, so yeah, one more Christmas one, and then guys, I did created a Valentine's Day one because I rarely ever do. So here's one using mostly the same dice as you guys can tell, except these are the bee. So these hearts are from the bee builder guys because I don't have any other hearts. So that happened. And this is using that gorgeous paper that I keep forgetting how it's called because why not? It is called Most Adored. Thank you, Renee, for letting me know. I'm gonna make this as soon as possible. I'm gonna try to finish and show you. So here is this, and then it opens up, and then this one has a pocket, um, and I did color these roses. I did not color it all, but I colored some of the roses, and then I colored, sorry, one extra and put it in here, fussy cut and put it in here. I know it's freezing, guys, so I'm gonna keep going because I'm almost done. And this is the last one I did, which is a mail card using the balloons, which I always forget how they're called. Yay. Um, Lighter than air. But I wanted oh, thank you. Hi, Terry. But I wanted a more masculine card, right? So I did use a little bit of the piece from the Nature Sweetness, and then the balloons because I love these balloons. Thank you, Erica. And then I just play with them a lot, right? I did wanted to give it like a more vintage feel to it, so I did a lot of uh, just rubber dubbering the edges, and these papers. So let me tell you a little bit of which papers I used. I used this one is from the Ride and Sleigh. I forgot the name. Open Slate, right? Well, that one. And then this one is from that one too. Yes. Yes, thank you, Cliffy. It's a proactive approach to Christmas. And then this one is a retire paper. So but this is kind of what I wanted to show you, some inspiration to use the folds so you have like other ideas. Definitely adding the ribbon makes it better because then you can like really tighten it up, right? And it will stay. But the truth is, all these will be in an envelope because they fit, and then they can bring it out and have the surprise. So I am sorry. I know that it's freezing a little bit, so I am sorry about that. I'm not sure what's going on. Um, I'm gonna say goodbye now. Just remember, guys, real quick. I'm gonna remind you all about Maria's Coloring Corner. It's in my website under Kits and More. And if you're interested, you can always send me an email to Maria's Crafting Corner. I want to say bye now because I know it's freezing. Um, and I'm just hoping that this eventually gets cut up. Sending lots of blessings to you all, and I am sorry it's freezing, nothing I can do about it, but sending lots of blessings to you all. I hope you all have a wonderful time. Let me say goodbye officially. Have a wonderful rest of your evening and a better week. And sending many blessings and many hugs to you all. Thank you.